Good morning and welcome back to 21 Days of Fasting and Praying. I'm Pastor Shawn. Today we're going to be looking at 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 6 and 7. As the Apostle Paul is writing this letter to Timothy, he is serving his second prison sentence in Rome. Paul is alone and confined to a dungeon. No visitors, just his thoughts and prayers to keep him going. Paul understands that time is running out on him. 2 Timothy 4:6 says, "The time for my departure is at hand." And because of this, Paul gets inspired to write to Timothy for the last time. Paul writes in 2 Timothy 1:6-7, "For this reason I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For the Spirit of God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." Paul's ultimate goal here is to remind Timothy of two simple truths. Number one, that he has a gift from God that dwells inside of him. And number two, that needs to be fanned into flame, that gift. Paul sees the gift in Timothy and isn't writing this out of sorrow because he's in prison. He's writing this to Timothy because the good news of Jesus Christ has to continue and Timothy's role is vital. Church, you are no different. Your role and how you act upon that role as a believer in Jesus is critical. Don't minimize it, maximize it. It's there to be put on display so that unsaved people will see and experience the light of Jesus through you. You could be the answer to someone's prayers. Someone could be praying right now, desperate for an answer in their circumstance, and God has you in mind as an answer to that person's prayer. Paul is also reminding Timothy in verse 6 to fan into flame the gift of God. This implies that at some point, all of us experience our spiritual gift growing cold. The enemy wants to keep you in this state, cold and separated from God, so that you have zero spiritual impact on the others around you. A while back, I was working on a project in my garage, and I needed to heat up a bolt that wouldn't loosen from its threads. Time to break out the torch. So I go out and I get my torch to break this bolt loose from its threads. You see, the torch is an interesting and useful tool because it uses the combination of fuel and pressurized oxygen to create a flame of intense heat. In order for the torch to reach its maximum potential, the air chamber has to be opened, which forces oxygen into the torch, thus fanning the flame. Without the flame being fanned, this tool is useless, and all it's going to do is take up space on a shelf somewhere. You see, as believers in Jesus, we are not useless. Rather, we are equipped with the Holy Spirit to fan into flame the gifts that God has given us. Verse 7 says that for the Spirit of God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power. When you fan into flame your spiritual gift, it gives you spiritual power. Power to overcome painful situations, power to heal and encourage others, power to lead others to Jesus. But you have to open the chamber and fan the flame. So what does that look like? How do we fan the flame? Quality prayer time with Jesus, with a heart of desperation, eager to hear from him. Bible reading, fall in love with this book. It's alive and active and contains simple truths for righteous living. Serve somewhere, serve anywhere, and you'll find that as you serve, God's plan for your life becomes more clear. Maybe you're watching this and you're saying, Shawn, I'm a new believer and I don't know what my gift is. I don't know what I'm called to. How can I fan into flame an unknown gift? I have an answer for you. Love the Lord, your God, with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Matthew 22:37 and 38. All of us are called to this. Love Jesus by faith and the understanding of his word. Be on fire for Jesus. Awaken and fan into flame your spiritual gift. Burn bright and hot and make an impact for the kingdom of Jesus.